Welcome back. What is this, MMA calculator?
I think it did Attic MMA.
Oh, MMA Attic. Get in our attic. Welcome back. We are here bringing you the best bets for UFC Barboza versus Murphy. We have created a database of thousands of fights and use machine learning algorithms to find the fair odds of every fight each week. We then take the fair odds output and compare those to the odds our sportsbook is offering and calculate an expected value for each fighter. Our current betting strategy is to look at the model predicted favorites and place bets on the ones with positive expected value against the book odds. With that out of the way, let's jump into the fights. First up, we have Vanessa Demopoulos versus Emily Ducote. The model has this fight going the same way as the bookies. Another potential way to use our numbers is when you see a positive EV on model and book underdogs. You can use any knowledge or insights you have to place smart bets on those underdogs. This is not part of our current betting strategy, but it will be utilized as our strategy evolves. Next up, we have Ellington Gelly versus Clayton Rodriguez. We have Ellington Gelly as a slight favorite at the books, but as a pick'em favorite in the model. That gives us a nice EV of 19%. We are making that play. Moving on to Piera Rodriguez versus Ariane Carnelossi. We have Carnelossi as a plus 185 underdog at the books, but she's coming back as a minus 109 favorite in the model. That shows an EV of 53% and gets a bet from us. Next up, we have Warley Alves versus Abus Magomedov. The model has this fight slightly closer than the books, but nothing that calls for a bet. Tamaris Vidal versus Melissa Gatto is the next fight on the prelims. Vidal is a decent underdog at plus 250 at the sportsbook. The model likes Vidal as a minus 148 favorite, giving us a huge EV of 109%. We have to keep in mind that picking women's MMA is like pissing in the dark. This could get messy, but we're taking the risk and placing a wager on Vidal. The final fight of the prelims is Umar C versus Tuco Tacos. Unfortunately, the model was lacking the necessary amount of data needed to produce results for this fight. Starting off the main card, we have Tom Nolan versus Victor Martinez. The books have Nolan as a heavy favorite, and the model has him as a slight favorite. We don't have a play on this one. Moving on, we have Luana Pinheiro versus Angela Hill. Hill is a favorite at the books and in the model. We don't see value on either side of this one. Next up, we have Adrian Yanez versus Vinicius Salvador. This fight is more of the same. Yanez is a favorite at the books and in the model. The fight is closer on paper than at the books, but we're not taking these underdog bets right now. If you have more insight, you may be able to take advantage of the good EV on Vinicius. Ramiz Brahimaj versus Themba Gorimbo is the feature fight. The model has this as nearly a coin flip with the slightest edge going to Gorimbo. This would be a good fight to look into more deeply and see if a bet on Brahimaj makes sense. In the co-main event, we have Chaos Williams versus Carlston Harris. Williams is a slight favorite at the books and a stronger favorite in the model. We currently have an 80% success rate on bets for book favorites that have positive EV. This is an automatic play for us. Finally, for the main event, we have Lerone Murphy versus Edson Barboza. Murphy is a favorite at the book and in the model. With fair odds, you can see there isn't any value on either side of this one. Let's take a look at the stats for this week's plays. We have 4 total wagers, 3 underdogs, and 1 favorite. We're risking 4.22 units with a potential return of 10.85 units. That would give us a profit of 6.63 units. Thank you for checking us out, and as always, we will be back early next week with the full results. Subscribe to never miss our picks, and leave us a comment with your best bets for this week.